I guess they're really just leaning on into like NASA's here, but I'm the social media influencer and I have no rules. Isn't that fun?
Gen Wars. Welcome back to Gen Wars, the combative podcast. I maybe agreeable, really agreeable with this one. Podcast
Right.
about media and movies and all sorts of things. This is a trailer episode. We're watching the trailer for Twisters. We just got done filming the review for the 1996 Twister, and I know both of us weren't very happy about the trailer for this movie.
I'm so offended.
Well, you didn't know much about this because you hadn't watched the original movie first. I did not particularly care for this trailer, knowing all that I knew about this movie and have watched it 100 times, that this trailer kind of irked me. So now you've watched it. So what say you, Steven?
So the first mistake, the objective mistake, is pulling it out of a 90s period piece. We love period pieces today. We like just set it in the 90s. Exactly. Like, again, if you did, they're doing a quote unquote shot for shot remake almost clearly here.
At least tornado for tornado remake. Like,
right. Yeah.
like,
yeah. They're opening
thing,
up. She has a traumatic experience. I'm assuming that's her dad that gets yeeted up into the drive-through, like she loses her dad and then she becomes like a NASA scientist. Like, so it's clearly taking place in Common Era. Like, let's say the latest it's going to be is 2010. Like,
yeah.
I didn't like the opening shot of like Oklahoma horsey ranchers. Like, it's so different than like it's this has got to be by Coast people. Again, like, we're losing so much of like the normal Midwest vibe just right out the gates. Like, drive-in theater is an infinitely better place. Like, on the farm, a farm is way different than a rodeo. Like, it's just dumb. And then they made like the kooky like gang being led by the dude, so like the role reverse, like coming back into it, and him being a combination of the bad guy, the Dread Pirate Roberts, plus like the ex like husband. Like, it's stupid. It doesn't make sense to me. And then making him like a redneck like showboatsman, and they're still using Dorothy, which we've already like, we have the technology, so they're gonna have to really sell me on like why they need to be just not flying drones into the thing, which they show drones. They show they have a drone.
Yeah, why do they need to have this thing, the little balls flying up into their tornado? But I think the ragtag group of people that we followed in the original movie, or the original version of this movie, was how you got into it. You could be any one of those people, driving the pickup truck, driving the minivan, whatever that was. As much as we both agree that Noah Diaz is a solid actor, and I'm sorry that I keep calling him Noah Diaz, but he was Noah Diaz, and he probably will forever be Noah Diaz to me from Transformers or The Rise of the Beasts. He is in this movie, and he's the NASA scientist, or not, maybe it's not even NASA, but whatever scientist he is. We're following the nerds in this movie. We're following the people who already have the technology, and we're supposed to identify with them. That doesn't track with me too well. That doesn't. Every other thing that we've ever seen about storm chasing is you and me, people like us going out and storm chasing. We don't. Yes, we do occasionally see scientists, but we had talked about in the Twister review that there was a early 2000s piece that was all about some dudes who took a bunch of cars, put a bunch of armor on it, clamps on it, and drove out to try to catch footage of a tornado. They were filmmakers. They were not scientists. They were just trying to get, they were trying to get readings and stuff, but they were also filmmakers, and they were trying to do something awesome. And I identified that with that because I was a filmmaker, I was a photographer, and I wanted to do that. But I don't want to be a scientist and, have all the technology and the Dorothys, and it doesn't it doesn't work with me.
Oh, it gets worse, friend. I read the plot summary, the film synopsis, which I should not have done. So the guy, Tyler Owens, the character, he's a social media influencer.
That makes this even worse.
So
makes this even
Noah
worse.
Diaz, now known as Javi, is testing a groundbreaking new tracking system, which I'm assuming is Dorothy. So
maybe yes.
It's so nostalgia bait, but who are you targeting? Because I'm assuming you're targeting my parents, because they are the biggest fans of the original. So you have to start with them. They're not gonna like this. They're not gonna like this at all.
No.
I don't like this. This is dumb.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
I just it's not understanding the point of the movie.
Yeah.
It is.
There also looks like there's a relationship between the two of them as well, more than just competitors.
Well, it's saying
Romantic
Kate, Tyler,
relationship.
and their competing teams find themselves in a fight for their lives as multiple systems converge over central Oklahoma. So, like, it just sounds like it's going to be like a spectacle mess. Like they're just trying to get like where it shows in the trailer where it's hitting like the fuel like.
Oh, that's another thing. It's just like, hey, let's just throw explosions in for explosion's sake. Let's just make it.
It's a fire tornado. Yeah, that's
it's
probably
a
what would
summertime
happen
movie.
if fuel, like lit fuel, got sucked up into a tornado. Like it might logically track. I don't know. This looks like a Sharknado kind of wannabe, which is kind of vile to take a property that was objectively good and bastardize it like this. I'm guessing it's just a trailer, and you know what? I'm a serial hater, and I'm that way. I'm built that way. I'm built different than you, and those in the in the audience. This looks bad. I don't think I will ever pivot on. I don't think anyone's going to be like, oh, it's the best movie. It's better than the original. No chance. There's no way.
We talked about this. If they updated the CG in the original, it would have made that movie sing today. Even more than we.
You can make these changes, but keep it a period piece. Why are you bringing it to common era like social media? There's a social media influencer. All the kids want to be a social media influencer. I'm sure they'll come out in droves to see Twisters.
Because it's Hollywood.
What?
It's the thing that you talked about in Rise of the Beast, where they're grabbing multiple scripts, smashing multiple things that they don't need to smash together, just to bring it to present day. Like, we don't need that. I don't think we need that at all.
I did get confirmation that Rise of the Beast was combined with the original Bumblebee sequel script. Just FYI.
So we're right on. Oh, look
so
at that.
here's another thing: are we seeing something similar where the writer's strike interfered with the production of Twisters, and they just kind of like combined some projects together into a yuck sandwich?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because this is almost too copy paste. Copy paste, then they went delete. Here's the, she's on this team now, and he's this guy. We're gonna follow her instead of, I think it was just
Force Awakens.
In what capacity?
It's basically a shot-for-shot remake, but they switch the roles around and completely lose the intent
I
of
see
the
what
film.
you're saying. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Darn it. I would have gotten away with it too. If it weren't for you meddling
kids.
video reviewers online. Have nothing better to do.
Guys sit around and talk about movies all day.
Right.
Yeah, I'll watch it for the hate. I'll watch it
I'm not going to spend money on it.
for... No, I am not paying... what was ticket prices that we just went? It was like $17.
Yeah, like if you want to see a movie, it's $20.
Yeah, Nope.
Heck no.
Nope. I will not give this $20 whenever it shows up on whatever streaming service that I currently have and already pay for. I will maybe give it my eyes, but unfortunately, you have not done enough to sell me on this movie and want me to give you my $17 to $20 for a movie.
Like I don't even want it to be good. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe like I'm misinterpreting or like I'm too nostalgia blind or whatever. No, just watch the original.
Yeah.
If it's a shot-for-shot remake, but they're kind of butchering the things, they're like really kind of losing the intent of the film. Because
the original
like
still holds up. You just watched
I
this
just
movie.
watched it. It was fantastic.
You were what? What'd you say? You were 5 when this movie came out? When the original Twister came out?
Yeah.
You're 5 and you didn't watch it then, and you just watched it in 2024, and you were like, this movie, you gave it a higher rating than I did, and I've been watching this movie since 1996.
Right. Because it holds up. It does what it's supposed to do. So like, if you're selling this as a monster movie, because as we discussed, this franchise is a monster franchise. Nature is the beast. Yeah. It's not good. It's not a good monster movie.
At least in this trailer, this does not look like it's a monster movie.
No, it's
like
kind of this,
something else.
Like, oddly enough, speaking of Noah Diaz, it's like, don't bait and switch what you're talking about within the movie. So if we're going to see like some budding action romance film, sell it that way and probably use a different IP to get that across. But don't, like, this is just it's just so horrendous. I'm so befuddled because I immediately finished the film and then watched this trailer, and I think I said something to you. I'm like, oh, I get it. I get the hate. I get why no one is excited for this movie. It's probably gonna I hope it has no turnout. I hope everybody learns a lesson from it and they really think about what they've done. Nobody on the cast and crew, but the people that made the spearhead decisions. Maybe the writers. Maybe I'll fault the writers. Sorry, but do better. If it was written by AI, maybe. You know what? It was written by AI. They're like, can you rewrite the script and make it different? This is probably the movie that caused the writer's strike. That's my headcanon, and that's my only saving grace.
I do like your when the word that this came out, not the trailer. They were like Twisters, and it was just a poster. You were like, I hope this takes place on a coastal city. That would have been interesting. That would have been.
They kept it in
totally
Oklahoma, but they made it too rednecked for me, which gives me pause. Because like, Oklahoma's not Texas. I'm not from Oklahoma, and I'm not like a Oklahomanite, but
you're not that far away from Oklahoma either,
right? Like it's farmland, like but it's still more Midwest than like Longhorn. I'm sure there's a lot of ranches, there's lots of rodeos. I mean, we got those in Missouri and whatnot, but it just felt too many cowboy hats. I know Oklahoma has a lot of, but there's the
trailer
people.
paused and he's walking in the rain with a cowboy hat on.
I know it's supposed to be. It kind of makes sense that it's like a parody. Like, this is a social media influencer, so he's really leaning into the ranch style and cowboy boots. But that wasn't in the original film. That took place in the same place in an earlier time, which is probably more rancher oriented.
Yeah.
So I think that's just weird to me. I think it's just, I don't know. It just rubbed me wrong. Maybe I'm sensitive.
No, I don't think you're sensitive. I mean, again, you live close to there, or close enough to there to have that as a lived experience.
Yeah, I've been on I've been on ranches as late as like 2008. And they're not like that. They're more like plaid shirt, trucker hat, jeans, and some Timbs. Not actual Timbs, but that's a joke.
Yeah.
But that's the rodeo. I don't know. I'm just really triggered off the rodeo. Like, just show the drive-in theater. You know they're going to put the drive-in theater in there. Just start there.
Yeah.
That would have
Yeah.
like it's just like they're almost intentionally making bad decisions, and I just don't
If
ever
they're
get
gonna
it with
grab-
Hollywood.
Grab your nostalgia from that. That's the one that we all know.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you're saying like we're making Twisters for a new audience. What new audience cares about Twister? It's only the people that have seen it that care about it, and they're going to drag other people or just make an objectively good film to attract an audience.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I guess they're really just leaning on into like NASA's here, but I'm the social media influencer and I have no rules. Isn't that fun? I'm going to get it done. Ugh. Yucky. Ugh. Did they say Dorothy 7? Is it supposed to be a sequel? No, it sure says Dorothy 5 on it. Because they only had 4. Is this supposed to be a sequel?
That makes it even worse.
I think it makes it worse.
Yeah. Is that their... Is like she, Bill Paxton, and Helen Hunt's kid? Or granddaughter?
I'm going into the comments on this YouTube. What made Twister so iconic? 95 Dodge Ram cows. The suck.
And the
I
Van
didn't even
Halen
mention
song.
the
We never
suck
talked.
zone in the review. That made me laugh so hard. God damn it. Oh well, it's fine. Clip it. The suck zone scene.
The suck zone.
That was so because they had the twisty straws. It was so funny. I laughed my ass off. That was the kind of humor I liked. Yeah, I think this movie is going to be garbage. I think it's already kind of triggering me on how it's representing Midwest lifestyle. I'm having an aneurysm because I'm just so twisted up about this. I'm really kind of fixating on it calling the Dorothy 5. I think that's strange.
Yeah.
It's got to be an homage because it's got to be a remake. It cannot be a sequel. I guess it's a sequel.
The Wikipedia summary: Twisters is an American disaster film directed by Lee Isaac Chung, with screenplay by Mark Smith, story by Joseph Kaczynski, produced by Frank Marshall and Patrick Crowley. It is a standalone sequel to the 1996 Twister.
So I guess that's different than a direct sequel. So the movie Twister happens in the world of Twisters.
Correct.
So it's just nostalgia bait. They're just gonna be doing a whole bunch of callbacks and a whole bunch of references. It's literally Force Awakens for Twister fans. I hate that.
Yeah,
I hate that.
They do not share any characters, and the plot is essentially standalone. The plots are essentially standalone. It's just another exciting movie about tornadoes.
I'd rather just watch the original. Sounds like.
Agreed. We can take our percentages and enjoy a good movie.
Exactly. I don't know how to sign us out, so good luck with that.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us on our trailer episode. We'll call it a trailer episode of Gen Wars. I knew this would get some bloods a boiling. So
I'm pretty heated. I won't lie.
Well, yeah. No. Hey, I'm not looking forward to it either. So, but thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you in the next one. Later.
Bye.